Louie, what are some of your favorite peptides that you just see be so impactful? Because I love Craig Conover, and he's definitely I love that you did training with him.
So my
100%.
favorites it was Sermorelin, which is a growth hormone, secretagogue, releases growth hormone, signals the pituitary to release a little bit of growth hormone. It helps you sleep better, but it doesn't help me sleep better. I don't know, I have sleep apnea, I have a mask I sleep on. I just do too much crap. My wife loves it. She sleeps great on it. We have so many people that sleep great on it. But it's good for lean muscle mass. It's good for leaning out. You will get some fat loss with it, soft tissue repair. That's a good one. But one of my favorites, I'm actually on it now, is Tesamorelin. So Tesamorelin is also another growth hormone releasing peptide. Both of these are actually FDA approved as medications. They have
Okay.
FDA indications. But Tesamorelin, you're going to lean out a lot more. So guys, we always kind of hold it here. So I notice I lean out a little bit, lean muscle mass. I don't notice I gain as much muscle mass with it. And growth hormone peptides are not growth hormone. So if you think you're going to get jacked by the growth hormone that you bought from the guy after the gym in college or high school, it's not it. It's not going to go, I didn't gain anything from it. You will gain muscle mass. You have to work out with it. They're more of a natural based treatment. So it's not growth hormone like guys that took HGH and you walk around and you see them a month later, they're huge. It's not the same thing. It's a growth hormone releasing peptide. So it signals your pituitary. So I like Tesamorelin because I have a nice lean muscle mass built up. I lost a little bit. Guys are always going to lose. You guys are always want to lose a little bit of body fat around the abdomen. That's how we are. That's one of my favorites. BPC is a classic. BPC-157, very good healing anti-inflammatory peptide. TB-500, there's some pharmacies now doing blends of thymosin beta-4 and thymosin beta-500. It's great for healing, recovery, soft tissue. There's another side of it. Post-RPRND, I now have a huge incisional hernia I have to get fixed of slow tethering I've been putting off for the last few months. I have to go back, and I already have my TB-500, BPC-157, something they won't offer. And then I'm also going to pound the red light because I have a huge keloid scar down the middle of me. It's like this wide. It's a huge right down the middle. It's a good conversation piece when you're at the beach and people, they always see them when you're walking by, they look down because it's this huge, obnoxious, half-inch wide scar down the middle. And it's very noticeable. But yeah, TB-500 is great right now. But yeah, those are my kind of favorites. I've played around with some cognitive ones like CMAX and Selank, and they're okay. But I think NAD, I like, me personally, the best for that light switch is on. NAD, I think, does that for me, and that's different. It's not a peptide.
Yeah.
But have you played around with them?
Now. I have, it's so funny. And I would just say this to anybody listening, because this is another one I get a lot of questions on my DM on Instagram. A lot of people message me, Freddie, I want to be on peptides. I want to do peptides. And I love peptides, but it's like I am a fishbowl of either really clear, clean, glowing water, or I am a dirty tank. And if you inject really expensive peptides into a dirty tank, from my experience, the results are minimal. And I hear this all the time from people. I did that. I tried that. It didn't work. I didn't get the results. I was like, well, what's your hydration like? Are you moving and lifting heavy things? What's your nutritional profile? Tell me what you eat in a day. Write down your last 4 meals for me. And a lot of times I'm like, well, dude, you must be inflamed, by eating that. And then the other one I would love to see people do, I'd love to have a much clearer picture on what's going on in the gut, because some of these peptides can really flare histamine responses. And Dr. Grace Liu talked about that with me. And she really talked about something as simple as a high-dose bifido strain that will lower your histamine response in the large intestine. And Louie, I got to tell you, man, I take a lot of probiotics. There's one probiotic that's ever changed. I am so thin right now. It's called Bifido Maximus. And it's in the Beautifully Broken store. There's a code, Beautifully Broken. But I got up to 4 pills a day, and literally my middle went in. And
Really?
Quality of bowel movements, everything. I do that with a thing called Gut Repair from Mother Earth Labs, and it's like the most beautifully formed stool and consistent, the best I've ever had in my life. And this is in the last year. I mean, It's really it's really wild.
Well,
so I think you change that environment. My long answer is shift the environment if you think that could be an issue, like a lot of times it's people reaching out with brain fog or Lyme or mold, and I think they can play a role, but you got to be guided by a physician or a doctor who knows what they're doing. Don't get these things online because you can, and really you will get the return like exponentially if you invest in somebody who can look at some of these bigger pictures before you go start spending a couple grand on peptides and they do nothing for you. So and I hate when that story gets perpetuated that they may be good or may be bad. I was like, well, what was your sample set? What was your N1? What were the other cofactors in that experiment, which we're very unaware of in America? We want to treat these things like drugs, and they are a drug,